Kat, you getting emotional again?
I know, I was really trying so hard to hold it together.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let me ask you a question. Are you feeling Christmassy? Have you got your decorations up yet? Have you got your tree up yet? I mean, no judgment here if you do. I think we all deserve an early Christmas this year because, let's be honest, this year has been a write-off. I think calendars in the future should just go from 2019 straight to 2021, in my personal opinion. So I hope you're all looking forward to the holiday season, and I'm feeling a little festive already. So I have a good feeling that this is going to be a special video. Okay, let's dive in and see what we're going to be talking about today. So today's topic is going to be all about the Philippines. Wait, I've never been to the Philippines. I mean, I want to go, but I don't know anything about the place. Okay, I'm going to need some help with this one. Maybe I should just Google something. Oh, Disney's Christmas advert came out recently, and I have been told that that is actually about a Filipino family. So maybe we should just watch that. Wait, I'm still not going to have a clue what's going on. I need someone who knows about this and who can actually talk me through it. Who are you going to call? I don't think Ghostbusters will help me in this regard.
Hi!
Hi!
Can you see me?
No.
How's that?
Oh, that's great! Hi, Bonnie. How you doing?
Hi.
I'm good, thanks.
Hi everyone, my name is Kat and I live in Coventry. I run Drama Tots. It's a Drama Tots and Nuneaton. It's I want to start again. I feel like that's shit. Hi everyone, my name is Kat and I live in Coventry. I run Drama Tots Nuneaton and Balsall Common. It's drama and imaginative play sessions for toddlers. This is my sister Bonnie.
Hi.
And you, what do you do?
I'm a nanny and I'm also training to become a teacher soon, hopefully, once COVID is over, basically.
Where are you from?
We're from London, but our dad is from the Philippines and our mum is English and Scottish. And there's a picture of them there.
That's my mum and dad when they were young lovebirds.
They look so young.
They do look really young. I think this might be before children.
Yeah.
Until you guys came along and messed up their lives. The reason I wanted to do this video is because I was just kind of inspired by the Disney advert. Because when I saw it, I sobbed, obviously. I think most people. But then I saw your reaction on Facebook, Kat, and I just thought it was so adorable because you were so excited because it was a representation of a Filipino family. And I didn't even know, I didn't clock, I didn't have a clue. I thought it was maybe like Asian culture, but I literally had no clue. So when I saw your reaction, I just thought that was so adorable. Like, why were you so excited just about this? And
cry again because we're big Disney fans, and this is the first time ever that our culture has ever been displayed in a Disney movie. And actually Filipinos don't get a lot of screen time in general in the mainstream media. We don't really have a lot of anything on the telly. There aren't really any movies or art or anything that represents Filipino culture that seems to be in mainstream media, which is kind of crazy because I think the Philippines is such a culturally artistic community. They love to perform, they love to sing, they love to dance. And actually this was the first time I think we'd seen the Philippines in such a mainstream moment, and for it to be a Disney advert, well, I just feel like we might just be one step away from a real life Disney princess that's Filipino. But this is a dream I'm going to carry on having with me. Like, I just hope it happens one day. Oh my God, how good would it be if we had a Filipino princess played by Eva Noblezada and her mum was Lea Salonga? Disney, get on them.
Just the familiarity, is that
Familiarity.
That's the one. Familiarity of just seeing like our culture on screen in such a big scale. It's like,
And it very much felt like I was looking at my life.
yeah. And it was just something to be proud of. Like, you're obviously, like, living in London, we're already like culturally part of our English or British side of our family. It's just like, it's our everyday life. But having the Filipino culture shown in such a big scale on a Disney advert, it's like it's such a proudly done Filipino. Like, there's no denying that it's a Filipino.
No, we've got lots
Yeah.
and lots of clues to tell us exactly where we are.
Exactly.
Well, that works great into the next segment where we're actually gonna watch this video, and like you can break down some of the things that you see, and we'll talk about the culture and yeah, just learn a little bit more about Filipino culture and stuff. I mean, I've got a couple of questions already, but I'm sure you've got more to talk about.
Right.
Like, tell me what's going on here. What can I see? What are these stars?
Okay, so these stars here are called parol. It's a traditional Filipino Christmas decoration, really. There's a couple of symbolized meanings to it, I suppose. The first being it's supposed to symbolize the star that the three wise men followed to get to Jesus when he was in his manger. The other significance of it really is it's supposed to just be like light over darkness, and a symbol of like hope, really. But it's a very traditional Christmas decoration.
It's like a traditional thing, like everyone gets together and they make these for the whole town.
Does that still happen in the Philippines?
Still
Yeah,
happen.
yeah. I was just there like 2 years ago, and they still have paroles everywhere. So
They're so pretty.
Yeah. You can also hear the market sellers shouting balot, which is a Filipino delicacy. It's disgusting. I've never tried it.
I've tried it. It's disgusting.
It's a duck egg, and it's
basically after it's been fertilized.
Yeah, so it's
for a few
been
days.
fertilized, and so like the chick's already starting to like
grow,
and then they take the egg away and then they eat it. So it's, for me, I can't wrap my head around that, and that just sounds like horrendous, and I don't want to try it. Also, just as we move on and we talk about this, you can kind of, I mean, all the talking in this is relatively muffled, I suppose. I guess they're not really trying to make it be about dialogue, but it's quite clear that the little girl calls this man tatay, which is how you say father in Tagalog, so you know that that's her dad. And then she does this, or you're younger than me.
This.
Look, basically that is, we call it either bless or manapot. So it's like a sign of respect for someone who's older than you, generationally older than you.
Yeah. So we've grown up doing this all our lives, really, as children, for aunties, uncles, even just good friends of the family.
Yeah. From what I took of it was, it's kind of like putting their wisdom onto us. Like, that's how I always saw it. I don't know if that's really what the tradition is or what it symbolizes, but that's how I always saw it. Was
really
like
cute.
It's like your elder person who's putting their wisdom into you,
That's
or like
really
their
cute.
love into you. That's how I always thought of it. So
That's really sweet.
Oh. Okay, so this I had to look at twice. I don't know why I thought this for some reason. When I first saw this, immediately I thought, oh, okay, so now they've gone to America. But this is clearly the UK.
Yeah,
I thought
looking at it now, I think it's the UK.
It's the red pillar box and everything.
Yeah, I think, I mean, absolutely. Red pillar box, that's definitely the UK. And I think maybe that's why we felt so emotional when we watched it, because it's like our family.
Yeah, it's literally.
It is. And it's a lot of people's family story, isn't it? So it's clear now that somebody has moved halfway across the world.
Okay, let's have a look at the next bit then. Okay, let's pause there before I get too emotional.
So there's quite a lot actually to still show us that this is very much a Filipino family. To Lola. Lola is the Tagalog word for grandmother.
Thank you for clearing this up. I keep seeing a lot of articles online who say, oh, it's about this woman called Lola and her granddaughter, but that's not right, is it?
No, it's not right. Lola is, as I say, the Tagalog word for grandmother. We all have a Lola.
Yeah.
So, you know, Lola.
This is our Lola.
This is our, no, I didn't yet. This is my Lola. And she's holding her first, well, maybe not her first, but she's holding her great grandson. The first great grandson she had over here in the UK anyway. That's her holding, she's very proud. And then we have another photo of my Lola. You can kind of, I don't know how well you can see this picture, but Lola's sat on the couch.
Yeah.
This is my dad. This is my brother and sister, my older brother and sister. And in the corner at the back, you can see a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Oh, how appropriate.
So we all have a Lola, and we know that she's a grandmother, obviously, because she has a card on her side that says to Lola. And she's making parol with her granddaughter. But there's also something Bonnie noticed earlier today, which made me really giggle.
There's a big spoon and fork in the background on the wall.
Oh, on the left.
Yeah.
We're like, it's there.
It's here.
Like
every Filipino home has them.
It's literally like the spoon and the fork, and they always have like a carving or a picture of the Last Supper as well. You know,
because you know Catholics.
We're all Catholics.
The fork and spoon are to signify good health and prosperity, and mainly because they would see food as being a way to having good health.
That's such a cool little tidbit. I love that.
I know.
I think we should maybe just watch the thing to the end now.
Okay.
And we'll kind of go back because it's the emotional bit. So we don't want to ruin the flow. So let's just watch to the end and then we'll talk about it. Okay. So a couple of things I noticed in this little sequence. Obviously, super emotional. I think it's such a beautiful little story, but I noticed a couple of little like Disney Easter eggs, like the fact that they're playing like Frozen on the telly in the background. Yeah. And I love these pictures of all the family and growing up and so on. How important is sort of family within Filipino culture?
It's like the most important thing in the universe. Like traditionally in the Philippines, you stay with your family until you're married, basically. Right. And then even when your parents grow older, they end up moving in with you so that you can take care of them. There's no such thing as like a care home or things like that, because you just take care of your own.
We do.
I mean, even in the picture of her graduating, her Lola is looking at her. She's not even smiling. She's so proud of her granddaughter. And it's such a typical thing, like our grandmother would have done. Like there's so many pictures. I mean, there's just so many pictures of her not even looking at the camera, just like looking at us.
Yeah.
So yeah, family is a huge deal in the Philippines.
And then like I think this is just one of the most like, this is what Disney does. They just really pull at your heartstrings. This is just one of my like favorite bit of the whole ad is you see the stars in the rise and then it just takes her back. Oh,
I know.
Yeah, and it just takes her back to her village and where she grew up and reminds her of home. And that's, I think, what's so important about, well, one of the important things about the advert is, you know, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, your sense of family and your sense of home is through your traditions and through your customs, and you can have that little piece of home if you keep those traditions alive. I'm gonna cry.
Get a grip. Come on. Yeah, I mean, it's just just everything is just so familiar to us. And unfortunately, we lost our Lola a few years ago. So it's just even more like emotional for us.
It's more poignant.
It's more poignant because it just kind of brings her alive again in this kind of
Small way.
Small way. It just reminds us of her again. So yeah, and to be honest, like Christmas hasn't been the same since Lola has died. I don't think it's been the same anyway. Like Lola was the one, we would always go to Lola's house for Christmas and stay the night and go to midnight mass with her and do all of these little traditions with her. And
you know, our grandma, our Lola was a big part of our traditions and what we did and got up to. I'm done.
Well, while Kat dries up her tears, well, I've got a little bit more information about the advert, just because I did a little bit of background digging on the song, because I thought the song was really nice. And the song is called "Love Is a Compass," which I think is really sweet. It's a singer called Griff, but she's of Jamaican and Chinese descent. So she's not Filipino, which I thought would have been really nice, but still she's like from Jamaican, Chinese descent. I said her family were part of like that Windrush generation, which is very cool. And all the proceeds to the song are going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is really sweet. But I thought that was just a nice little tidbit.
Yeah. Just like you said, even the singer, she comes from that background, and it's a background that's shared by so many people. And I think that's why so many people can really relate to this advert and why it's had such amazing, I don't know about you, but I think it's had quite a lot of really great reviews and generally people love it.
I keep thinking of like Lilo and Stitch, you know, then when they're like, Hana means family, you know. So obviously I've never been to the Philippines, but I've seen lots of photos and it just looks gorgeous. Like, I think it's definitely a place I want to go someday. So for people who maybe have never been to the Philippines or anything, what are maybe some of the places they should go to, or some of the things they should do?
I think the majority of people go to the Philippines for that idyllic beachside quality that you kind of see on a lot of the posters and the islands and things. So the Philippines is actually made up of over 7,000 different islands, which is a lot of islands. And so obviously with that comes a lot of natural beauty and the beaches. So places like Boracay are really nice and a little bit more tourist friendly. El Nido, Palawan. And there are lots of things to do. So yeah, like you say, on the mainland, there's a lot of like the chocolate hills are really interesting. There's a lot of,
they look like chocolate drops, so we call them the chocolate hills.
They're not actually made out of chocolate.
They're not made out of chocolate, I'm afraid. That would be lovely, but they're not. But it's just a collection of hills, but they all look like they could be chocolate drops. But Filipino people are incredibly generous. They're very funny. They genuinely want you to have a nice time.
They're the kind of people that will literally invite you round to their house for dinner, even though they've only just met you.
Yes, they will do that. So... and try all the food.
Yeah, the food
is the best.
Especially the seafood.
All of the food. Oh, and also, if you're going to go to the Philippines, you better get your A game on for your singing, because karaoke is a real thing.
Of course, yeah. Everyone who from the Philippines can sing really well. That's a fact.
Basically. Your Filipino experience isn't complete without a video machine.
That's true.
I think that is kind of it. I don't think I have much else to say or ask, to be honest.
I know.
It's so good to chat to you guys and see.
It's great to talk to you too. We miss you.
I miss you too. I'll can't wait for a proper reunion.
Oh, it's going to be great. We'll drink for like 3 solid weeks when that happens.
On it. I've been stocking up. Thanks so much.
That's okay.
Thank you, Alice.
We love you.
Lots of
love you guys. Bye. Okay, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much to Kat and Bonnie for coming on and talking to me about Filipino culture and the Disney Christmas advert. I thought that was really interesting to hear and learn about all the different references they make and learn a little bit more about the Philippines in general. I thought it was so adorable seeing their family photos and the pictures of their Lola, and you could see how much the advert really spoke to them, and I thought that was really special. And now all we need is a Filipino princess, so Disney, get on it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, bye.